Alrighty, folks. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. We've got another trading week and super exciting stuff here. Uh, what was I going to mention? Oh yeah, I'm actually here doing a sound test. We've had some um, static that was coming through from restreaming through Zoom. So was not aware that that was an actual software problem, but glad to have identified it. Thanks very much to our holders for bringing it up and being active, mentioning the issue. So we were able to resolve that and actually come up with a solution. Yeah, so if you're a holder, you can now log into the use your wallet to log into the portal and see the trade ideas. So SPDas has been already posting some of the trade ideas in the holders only section. It's also available on Discord at the moment. We'll be locking that channel up soon. I just kind of wanted to leave it open for another day or two as we get a couple more tests in and some feedback. And of course, those are all being fed into the AI for the AI to consume and of course be trained on along with the live sessions. IT Trader is going to be starting his this week as well in terms of posting them. And of course, we're going to backdate based on the live sessions. We'll have the AI backdate them, including the reporting and analysis. With that being said, SPDOS is patiently waiting to get started for Sydney, Tokyo. And we've got many more updates coming from a technology perspective this week as well. So one thing at a time. We're testing, and of course, we're getting lots of feedback as well from the community. Super excited about that. Thanks very much for all of you who have been holding on, and will continue to make the platform better and better with every single day. And of course, we'll keep you posted with the updates as they continue to roll out. So I'll be passing the mic over now to SP Das. It's an absolute pleasure. Just a moment. SP Das, apologies for keeping you waiting. The trading floor is yours.
Yeah, no worries, brother. Thank you as always, Igor, and welcome back, everyone. Uh, Good evening to those who are joining from the western side of the world, and a very good morning for those who are joining from the eastern side of the world. Monday morning, Sydney, Tokyo overlap, and let's get started straight away. I've set up the chart for Euro USD daily as usual, and it's all getting there now. It's the third wave on a lower degree that we are expecting to cut loose on the north side now. I think this week should be quite a bit of action on the north side. Uh, so let's get started off with the counts. Yeah, overall Euro bullishness should gain momentum. That's what the charts are telling us a story now. So we've got a larger degree trend in place, which which still remains absolutely intact with the corrective decline, three-wave corrective decline, and probably we are now wanting to see that uh, move towards the larger degree trend of a similar magnitude, pushing prices higher towards the 1300 boundary or zone. Sorry, and the Fibonacci ratios have been tested on the largest time scale, and that's the 61.8% right on the euro daily chart here. which is around 1.0177. So that is the story for those who are tuning in fresh. What now? We can go back on an hourly chart and find the action there. I think we've got a trade right away for those who are still wanting to take some position on the long side for euro. So that's the third time it is testing the 300 zone. The first one was below 1.02 right on the 13th of Jan. That's where the base was formed, and five wave rally on a lower degree after that. Okay, so that was the first step when it indicated that it's going back to the larger degree trend, which is higher from here, and then a zigzag on last Monday. These times straight down to the 80% support, Fibonacci support, and now what it's doing is again another lower degree wave one and wave two. So that you can see a series of waves one. So that's wave one and wave two, and one again, again wave one and wave two. So series of waves ones and twos being carved, and the next logical step is that the third wave. So it's going to be third of third wave, uh, somewhere higher there. This should be quite quite sharp, and within no time, I think we should be seeing 750 price action if this is what is being done correctly. Now, for this to remain valid, the objective price is 1.0213. We need to stay above that. Euro needs to stay above that to keep the structure bullish. And now, trading point of view, those who are we've already taken longs again, rightly twice last week. Uh, for those who are wanting to take fresh position, this is a good place to re-enter or to take fresh on the long side. 315, that's it. So we've got a neat little zigzag once again with the stop at 1.02 and targeting 750 on the north side. Even the RSI should be supporting us. Yes, it is. Bouncing right off the light just below the 30 mark, and I can see a five wave drop here as well, carving a beautiful zigzag. And even the channeling technique would be, it could be just bouncing off the channel as well. There you are. It's just bouncing off the channel support, and a push above that channel resistance around 80 or 1.04 should trigger further bullishness actually. All right, so no change there on the long side. Euro bulls should be quite a bit in action, maybe starting today and for the rest of the month actually. So stay tuned, and let's go back to the dollar index now. Let's start off with the daily chart. Give me a moment to bring up the counts here. So five wave decline is what we have on the daily chart since July 2022 high was print, correct? And what we see after that is just a moment, I'll change the degree first. And what we see after that is three wave corrective rally, A, B, and C. Again on the minor minor degree. And the third important fact is that it's bounced off right from the 61.8%, just above that, sorry, around 110 point, yeah, somewhere around 110. All right. So you see how a series of 1 and 2, or could be A and B actually, and then you have another 1 and 2, and then you have another 1 and 2. So at least at three different degrees, we've got waves 1s and 2s in the making. All right. So of course, three different degrees means that three. It's a fractal nature. Now we know what Elliot wave is composed of. And once again, on the 4-hour chart, since I've picked it up, I'll draw the trend line and show that it's bouncing right behind the trend line as well. It's bounced off the resistance. That was a good test of resistance last week. All right, so we now have a larger. This is not a trend line, but I like drawing this because its potential two lower highs. I mean, a top and a lower top in place, and then we connect that high and see that how beautifully price action follows that particular trend line as price action moves forward. So it's very interesting to see how it will be following up. All right. Okay, so what do we have on the wave front here? We have a clear impulse drop. I'll quickly change the degree. That is, it is an minute, and not only 1, 2, 3 an impulse, but a corrective is also in place. It is A, B, C up there. So we've got wave 1 and 2 of a minute degree. And now again, possibly we've got another wave 1 and 2 in place. That push of price for the dollar index is quite lower in terms of the strength. That it's quite weak actually. It should have gone all the way towards the 61.8%. Again back to 109, but it's stalling right at the 38.2%. So on the other side, euro dropped quite a bit, retraced quite a bit actually. But now we were expecting 108 30-40 zone where we can enter or re-enter fresh positions. So trading point of view, those who are still sitting on the sidelines and want to get onto the action can still take short positions here around the current price 108.20, 30. The stop loss would ideally go above that high 109.85. At least for now, we need to see that price action, that price in action for the third wave. So we've got wave 1 and 2, and then again we've got wave 1 and 2. That should be ideally third wave in action, which should be quite swift and quite quick actually. And in terms of magnitude, should be the largest one. So the potential target is around 105 that we saw last week as well. I can project it again. So here we are, potential target for the dollar index 104.85, and it's going quite low actually towards 101.50 as well. All right, so the weakness in the dollar index should be quite a bit persistent for at least the next few weeks, at least for the rest of the February, possibly March as well. Uh, that brings us to gold. Now, a general correlation uh, between gold and dollar, most of the traders would perceive is if dollar is weakening, gold should strengthen. But please remember, it doesn't really work all the time. It's also important to see what individual charts are saying, and the uh, the the chart for gold is quite a bit indicating that we are in a larger degree wave 4 corrective mode. Here's the daily chart. We've got minor wave 1, 2, 3, possible wave 4 in the making. Of course, there is another high which still remains to be print for gold. But probabilities are very high that we are in an expanded flat wave 4. And within that wave 4, we're quite a bit ready to to turn lower within the C wave. We've got wave A in place, wave B potentially in place, or it could just push around the 88-90 zone. I think on Friday, just around the New York session, it had attempted a final push right after the NFP, and that push carried through. I think it is 85, 80. That was 87 almost. Yeah, so 87. If 87 has been tested, then I think we are done on the long side. All right, and ideally, what we see right now, we've uh, we've just initiated another fresh short through the portal. So we are short in gold right now. Uh, Fresh shorts around the 2880, 2867, 6870 zone. Place your stop just above that mark, 28, maybe 99. And immediate target for gold is now looking towards 2810 possibly. Let me just print. There you are, 28 point. Okay, just below 2810. Ideally, it should be breaking that low 2770 and 2740 in going forward actually. So we've got an impulse, neat little impulse, and a corrective wave. So it's 5 down followed by 3 up. It's a clear indication that high probable direction for gold, at least for another cycle, is 5 lower from here, which could bring prices easily towards 2830 and 2800 on the chart, right? So fresh positions, and believe it or not, if wave C of minute degree is already underway, that is, if wave C, where's it gone? The daily chart maybe. Yeah, so if this wave C minute degree is underway, then we are going to see lower lows and lower highs being carved in gold going forward. All right, so short short in gold, short in the dollar index, and long in the euro. Three high potential, high probable trade setups. on the screens now. And let's take one more chart for this session. We'll come up with the indices as we move forward during the London times. Not even London, actually, it would be the New York Times, actually, when we want to discuss the indices. Bitcoin, actually, it's a bit tentative still, but it's it's taking its head up towards 97 again after weekend drop towards 94. But that is okay. The only thing is that if you're holding long positions in Bitcoin, I'm not saying that please cut off that long and turn short. The only thing is that we would humbly propose that long positions should be held with quite a bit of caution, and your strict stop loss should go around 91. We are flat in cryptos right now, but we are prepared for a disruptive move just in case 91 is being taken out and possibly 89 is being taken out. So that's the structure which we have been presenting since the last week, and we still continue holding that view where if some kind of disruption is going to happen, then you've got to be a bit watchful. And a one-way thinking on cryptos moving towards 115 or 125 may be a bit. It's good to think both ways at this point in time at a critical level of 100K. All right. So what's the objective price which would confirm that you Bitcoin is heading north? Is that okay? Now even if it breaks 99, that's the first resistance. It's good to start believing that we are going towards 115. But primarily, it needs to take out 106 on the chart to to uh, to instill further confidence on the bullish setup. All right, and until that happens, I'd remain more cautious on most of the coins. We'll bring up Ethereum, and let's take Ethereum right now. But we have not traded here as well. We took profits late last week, but Ethereum is kind of forming a bottom around 225, 24. We would like to see a bit follow through after that because Ethereum dropped quite a bit towards 2100. So this wick could be a larger degree wave four in the making, and let's see. We'll have to wait and watch until for the price action, specifically on the bitcoins. That entire structure is either a wave four, a complex wave four in the making, or it is done on the north side over here with that particular high. So it's taking time. It's better to take time for a while. There's nothing wrong in it. We want to push high potential trade setups here, and that is being seen right now in the euro, gold, and the dollar index. All right, so just a bit on the sidelines for coins, and we'll be back again after a few more hours during the London session, and we'll pick up the stories from there. So right now, Igor, back to you, brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, SPDas. Always a super pleasure.
Thanks very much.
I love starting the trading week off with you.
Thanks, thank you, and
Awesome.
thank you. See you in a while, brother.
Okay, see you soon.
Yeah.
Alrighty, folks, we'll be back for London, 5 a.m. And of course, more trade ideas are coming up. I forgot to mention that we are also activating the AI trade ideas. So the AI is still in testing. We're over 80% accurate, but we are incorporating the human element into this to be responsible. And of course, also we're finishing up with so we connected all the central bank data for fundamentals, and we just want to make sure that we have that piece completed as well, so we can in real time check against any reports that have come out or are coming out, and the actual specifics and the details of those reports are actually being absorbed. So that's almost complete. That way, we aren't just considering the technicals from those trade ideas. And of course, what we're doing a little bit different is so SPDas, IT trader, myself, and the other traders are also rating the AI trades prior to them being released. Um, and the other thing that we're incorporating, so the ratings actually what that does is it essentially it gives a score, a human score to the trade idea. So let's say SPDOS might give it a rating out of, let's say, 5, a 4 out of 5, or a 5 out of 5. I can give it a 1, and IT maybe gives it a 3, something like that, right? So that rating actually helps determine the human. It gives a human score to the idea, and of course, the higher the actual AI is already at an 80% prediction rate, and if the human score is high as well, then that becomes essentially a prime trade idea that is verified from most levels. And it does increase the accuracy quite a bit. Anything we can do to increase that accuracy, we're doing. So we've got more tools on the way as well. And I can't wait to show you the actual financial assistant. So we have the branding down on that already. We're gonna be doing a little demo this week. Essentially, it's pretty cool because you can literally talk to it about um, real-time data, including the price, and of course from all charts and all time frames. I just really like it because it really is an eye opener for a lot of the market. And whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced trader, there's a lot of benefit in being able to have a conversation with this thing. And the actual output is very structured. It's very to the point, and it's not like anything else I've experienced before. The more I work with it, the more excited I get. We're doing some other cool things. So you've seen some of those, like so you've seen like the token, so the live market analytics charts that we've started preparing. So if you're a holder and you scroll down in the just below the trade ideas, you'll see the live market analysis tool. Essentially, you could put any contact address there, any CA, into the search field, and bring up the essentially a yield curve for the 1 hour, 6 hour, 24 hour marks. And this is essentially DEX data, screener data, but it's pretty interesting because you could see how what those curves plot like, and essentially like different curves tell a different story on a daily time frame. So if you're day trading tokens, it's quite useful. The levels there, the key levels there are currently demo levels. They're not actual uh, smart money levels yet, but those will be updated soon. We're just doing a little bit of tidying up on the API side before finalizing that. But why bring that chart up is that's just one of many charts that we're making in terms of this HUD, or let's say portal, holders portal for ForexLens. Essentially, these charts are also integrated into the financial assistant. So if you're looking up, you could look up, essentially you could compare tokens, you can compare potato futures with gold with an AI coin and find correlations. You could compare weather patterns with the price of gold or with the price of potatoes. Um, Personally, I've been using it. I love to look at futures. I love to look at things like silk, cotton, potatoes, some of the basics that basic economic data especially that has high seasonalities, and I like to explore different ways of trying to find patterns within those ecosystems, right? And people are really uncomfortable for some reason trading these things, but those are actually some of the surefire ways of trading. And I'll be hosting some of those sessions where we'll be going in and actually exploring different creative ways of finding stocks, options, different pairs and tokens, etc. But yeah, essentially, it comes down to looking, building more tools, more AI, and incorporating more of the AI tools, releasing the time and price analysis AI, the time series AI, the polynomial AI, which is really cool. Um, why it's cool is we've started condensing charts into polynomials instead of actual visual charts, and we're using the polynomials to send between the different AIs rather than having them read the actual charts. And it does change things up. It changes the game up quite a bit. It's first of all, it's super fast. It's less GPU compute, and it does out of the need to it kind of came out of need to do this, but it also came out of looking at different quantum economic patterns that we can identify through not just through a visual form, but through a polynomial degree form, right? So the different degrees, polynomials have different degrees from 0 to infinity. The higher in degree you go, the more accurate the more accurate the chart is going to be, right? The lower the degree you have, the more so you just define the trend. But all that's also going to be explained. You'll be able to actually just play with it and find those patterns yourself. And of course, the AI is going to do that work for you as well if you just ask it to. But yeah, I'm just kind of rambling on a little bit, maybe a little bit too long. I'm just excited about this stuff. And of course, the different, we're negotiating with different investors. That's still going on. We've got some really positive feedback and just kind of finalizing some things. And we'll, of course, be announcing things as they roll out. But with that being said, I'm going to sign off and we'll see you for London Live at 5 a.m. At 10 a.m. GMT. And then, of course, New York Part 1 with IT Trader. It's a lot of fun. It's a whole different perspective on the markets, and our AI is on and reading everything. It's watching everything. It's listening, and it's eating up this information. I think we're over 80 hours or something like that. I could be misspeaking. I'm gonna reconfirm that number at 5 a.m. But I believe we're close to 80 hours of live sessions since January now. I could be off on that, but it's pretty close to that, if not more. Like I said, I'll reconfirm. But so we have all our previous live sessions from 2016 loaded in, and we're loading all these in as well. So it's a lot of fun. Can't wait to start giving people access. And of course, whales get the first dibs on testing things out. We appreciate you hanging in there with us. We know the market's been rough, but it's going to be worth it. Persistence is key. And with that, I'm going to sign out. See you soon.
ForexLens gives you the edge. ForexLens understands the global economy and financial markets. With machine learning, we give you real-time global analysis and investment strategies. ForexLens lets you invest and earn with institutional traders, even if you're new to trading. Trading and investing made simple with ForexLens. Check out our performance at ForexLens.com. Get the edge on trades. Your eye into the markets. ForexLens.com. Forex Lens gives you the edge.